Okay, let's, the architect of the surge here, which I think will work here in Afghanistan, General Stanley McChrystal, a brilliant man who reminds me a lot of General David Petraeus. Craig spent the day with General Stanley McChrystal, toured the various combat zones with the general. Here's Craig's report.
I think that it is still a serious situation. I think it's serious because there is an insurgency that's dangerous and has strength.
As coalition forces continue their surge into Taliban-held regions in Afghanistan, General Stanley McChrystal, the top U.S. and NATO commander, an architect of the Afghan surge, is putting theory to practice, personally telling NATO forces to change their mindset from killing the enemy alone to protecting the entire civilian population from the Taliban. A change that requires U.S. troops to risk immense danger by trusting local leaders who may double-cross them.
They're probably going to hit us from the west side.
McChrystal puts boots on the ground to personally speak with Afghan partners, get briefed by Marines, and patiently listen to villagers' complaints. What are your impressions here in Marja today?
Every time I come here and every time I get to see people buying and selling and living, it's progress.
Ousting the Taliban from Marja and other districts in Helmand is the beginning of McChrystal's enormous task in southern Afghanistan, weaning a population dependent on opium production, and rooting out corruption is another. Now, this Marjan was an ungoverned village. Next step is Kandahar. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. What do you anticipate for Kandahar?
There are areas where there's significant insurgent presence, and the government of Afghanistan has got to be able to use their security forces, army, police, supported by us, to clear those and then hold them.
Problem is, the Afghan army, while hailed as excellent fighters, lack discipline. The Afghan National Police fight a reputation of corruption. And then there's the opium. Sergeant Major William Hyab.
The local citizen here has no idea what the poppy is going to be used for. This is their whole lifeblood, and this is what keeps them and their families alive. So if we came in and just destroyed these fields, we would turn the whole population against us.
How do you stop these farmers from farming opium?
It is in the chain of income here. And so you're hit with a very difficult position. If we suddenly take that away from them without giving them alternative income for it, then they're in a position that they just can't survive. We're still going hard after traffickers, production labs and whatnot. We're just trying not to hurt the lowest guy in the value chain, which is the farmer.
So although it's really a matter of economics, these farmers are used to the income they get from the opium production. The wheat, the substituted wheat they get is 10 times less than what they get. So they're really counting on the money that the soldiers are giving to them now, and they're hoping that the Taliban is going to try to take that money from